Okay, so in case you're unfamiliar with what depotting is, basically it's taking the product itself out of the original packaging. So for instance, I depotted a blush, and basically it's just taking the pan with the product out of its original packaging. So me taking this out of the packaging. So today I'm going to show you guys how to do that. Different packaging requires different depotting methods, but I'm going to show you a couple. The first one I'm going to start out with is this one, the E.L.F. Studio Blush. How to depot it, because it's a little bit more difficult. How you do it is there's like this plastic edge, and you got to pop that out, and then you got to pop this out. So what we're going to do to start off with depotting it is take our hair straightener, and we're going to take a piece of tin foil, and we're just going to slide that right on there. And the reason why we're doing that is because sometimes, like if you put this directly on it, it might melt the plastic, and we don't want it to get on our hair straightener. So next we're going to take the blush, and we're just going to put it right on there. You might need to hold it, and we're just gonna keep it there for about 10 seconds. So yeah, I kind of melted the bottom. Whoops. But yeah, let's get this out. Should be warm enough. Ooh. Okay. This is being stubborn. Here we go. You just gotta get a good corner and it should pop right out. So now that we have this middle part out, we're gonna need to get the pan out. So we're gonna put the tinfoil back on there, and we're gonna stick this on. Probably about, ooh, oh, that's hot. Be careful when you're doing this, because this hurts. 10 seconds. 1. That should be, feels pretty hot. Yeah. So I'm going to go at it with my scissors again. So I'm just going to get the edge that looks like it has the widest gap. I'm going to carefully, be really careful you don't, oh, I just accidentally stabbed my blush a little bit. But be very careful you don't accidentally stab your blush. And there you go. Pops right out. Ta-da! And now, I normally like to take the label that's attached to it and just stick it on the back so I know what eyeshadow it is. So I'm going to heat this up for like, I don't know, another 10 seconds. And I'm just going to carefully kind of scrape this off. There we go. Easy peasy. I'm just going to stick it on the back. Smooth it down. So there we go. Now when I run out, I know that it's peachy keen. I'm just going to put this over with the other blushes I depotted. Now I also depotted this one. Be careful when you're doing it, because I recommend trying to get it out by the sides if you can, because I did it by the corners, and I kind of broke the corners, and I had to use rubbing alcohol to fix it. And for some reason, it's like, this is where the rubbing, you can tell where the rubbing alcohol was. So I'm hoping like more I use it, it will turn back to this pink color. But if it doesn't, oh well. Okay, so now on to my Covergirl eyeshadow. So this one looks like it will be a bit easier because it doesn't have that two-step process like the E.L.F. Studio Blush does. So I'm just going to open up this, and I'm just going to place it on there. Okay. So that feels pretty hot. So I'm going to take my scissors. Let me turn this around real quick. Just jimmy them right in there. See, this one was so easy. Look at that. I hardly had to do anything with this one. Ooh, hot glue. Ooh, that was really easy, guys. And then try and, ugh, it's all goopy, gross. I'll probably wait till that cools down to fix that, but ew, it's all stuck to my fingers now. So easy peasy, guys. Look at that. And now I'm gonna kind of just fold this and kind of melt this label a little bit. If that makes sense. Okay. I'm gonna peel off this little label dude. Stick it on the back of my Covergirl eyeshadow. And voila! Now I can remember what eyeshadow color it is. Okay, now that we have that out of the way, that's the easy way. Oh yeah, the easiest way to depot eyeshadows is when you get packaging like this, because you could easily, just look at that, just peel it right apart. And then I can just pop these guys out when I'm ready to put them in my Z palette. And then like with this mirror, you can probably put it in your homemade Z palette. I just wanted to show you guys that really quick. And I did the same peely apart method with this, my Mariposa palette, because it's just, it came with like a cardboard thing that all the shadows were in, and I just popped that cardboard thing out and peeled it all apart and popped out all my Urban Decay shadows. So the next method I wanted to show you guys is how to like get these shadows out of palettes like these, because as you can see, it's like it's like deep in there, and there's no space really in between the shadows. So I'm just going to take the flame method to it. So we're not going to need our flat iron anymore. So I'm just going to turn that off and move it out of the way real quick. And now we're going to work with fire. Okay. So we're going to take our candle. This is just the Bath and Body Works one I hardly ever use. And we're going to take a lighter or a match. Ooh. And light our candle. Open a window, and then now we're going to do the Bernie method of this. The Bernie method. And so you're just gonna, this kind of makes it stink, so I opened the window, so, which is why I'm doing it by a window, and you're just gonna burn the plastic. Oof, dang, I can smell that. Whoa. Okay, so I already did this one. I just wanted to test it out, because I've actually never done this before, but yeah, I popped it out, I just burned it, and then I melted it, and then I took my scissors, and I just pushed it, and it popped right out. But be very careful, because it's super hot. Okay, now we're going to do the same with the rest of the three. Just going to melt it. Ooh. Whoops. We're going to melt it. Okay, it's melted. And then we're just going to take our scissors and look, push it out just like that. But, again, super careful. I'm just going to pop it into that tin because it's really hot. There we go. And I'm just going to leave it in here because I don't want to touch it because it's hot. Now I'm just going to do the same. Ooh, it already hardened to the other two. Okay. Take it, pop it right out. Just like so. Pop it into the container you're going to be using. Okay, now I'm going to take that method, and I'm going to do the same with this palette. Now the reason why I don't care about burning this palette is because I'll show you. With these Ulta palettes, I can just seriously just take my finger, or ones that are less stubborn, I can just take this and pop it right out. It's not even glued in, so I don't even have to worry about heating that up. But it's just these things that I gotta melt, so I'm not too worried about melting them. So I'm gonna pop these ones out, and yeah. Okay guys, so I finished up the burn method of depotting eyeshadows, and as you can see, the little plastic hoodigs are completely ruined, so I'm just going to throw those out. But I also took out the mirror, the little mirrors that came with it. I'll probably find a use for them with something. And then I took out the empty one. I don't know why. And as you can see, I've depotted all 8 of them, and I'm keeping them in here until I make my homemade magnetic eyeshadow palette.